Good evening. My name is Chris Gabo. This is episode 19 of the Chris Gabo Show. And ladies and gentlemen, friends, we have a show for you this evening. We have a co-host this evening, Analisa Velez, right? Who is signed on for a non-monetary 4-episode contract as co-host. We have Hisham Fageeh here as an interview guest. We have Trackfingers here on the fucking piano. We have a musical guest of Eleanor Kingston, Jordan Everett, and Grant Dacklin. We have a lot going on, but first, once again, my name is Chris Gabo. I'm gonna do a little joint that we're still working on. This is called We Invented Love, and it goes like this. My uncle had 2 wives. Both sides of town. Shot by a 3rd woman no one ever heard of. Shells hit the ground, shells hit the ground, shells hit the I don't know how much I believe in shit like legacy. Never thought a normal love was something that was meant for me. I didn't mean to trick you, baby. Shit, I believed it too. 34 years on this blood-soaked earth, still trying to see what's true. Listen, I don't deserve your trust. I don't deserve your lust. But baby, this is real. This is something we can touch. We're a diamond in the rough. Motherfucker, we invented love. Don't it feel like we invented love? Don't we act like we forget it, love? Don't we act like we forget it, love? Motherfucker, we invented love. Don't it feel like we invented love? Don't we act like we forget it, love? Don't we act like we forget it, love? Forget it, love. Look, I don't wanna be like none of my heroes. I don't wanna be like none of these weirdos. I just wanna be a motherfucker you can really come home to. That'll hold you, that'll look you in the eyes, tell the whole truth. Baby, come off that shit like I told you. Listen, I don't deserve your trust. I don't deserve your lust. But baby, this is real. This is something we can touch. We're a diamond in the rough. Motherfucker, we invented love. Don't it feel like we invented love? Don't we act like we forget it, love? Don't we act like we forget it, love? Forget it, love. Motherfucker, we invented love. Don't it feel like we invented love? Don't we act like we forget it, love? Don't we act like we forget it, love? Forget it, love. Forget it, love. Once again, my name is Chris Gabo. This is episode 19 of the Chris Gabo Show. I'd like to take the... That was Trackfingers. Trackfingers on the piano. And in an extremely low budget move, this piano mic is now going to become Analisa Velez's SM57 for the evening. And we are going to sit down with my dear friend Hisham Fageeh. Wow, look at that motherfucking transition, bro.
That was
God damn.
Bro.
Make no mistake, baby, you fucking with the best of them. My elevator cup will knock the snot about the rest of them. So if you doubt the kid got hard up in his chest pops, you got me fucked up like ex-cops and gem pop.
Don't touch that dial, cause there's nothing else on. You might just as well listen to
the next episode of the Gabo Show.
Hisham, first of all, I just want to say that your mullet looks incredible.
Oh, thank you.
And no, bro, it's so Colombian as a thing, low key.
No, you're actually Colombian.
We're all Colombian.
Yeah, we're all Colombian when it comes down to it. You know, well, I've been meaning to have you on the show for a few reasons, but I wanted to, you know, you are a pretty esteemed Columbia University alumni,
Right on.
and they are renditioning students at Columbia right now.
So
they are letting ICE onto campuses and literally dragging out motherfuckers who have, you know, literally green cards and shit.
Yes.
So I wanted to, I went to NYU. I have some perspective about the New York shit. I had we had Dina on last episode, a couple episodes back, to talk about Mahmoud Khalil's detention, and we did a special episode about that. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how it feels. I mean, you were also specifically in the Middle East department, correct?
Yeah, MISAS, Middle East, South Asian, and African Studies.
Word up. And now, from my understanding, right, and you can please correct me if I get any facts wrong here, but he's like, yeah, I absolutely will.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. My favorite thing. One of the biggest acquiescences to Trump demands, really, first of all, I mean, they're letting ICE literally on campus. Yeah. They're not fighting back at all. Recently the head of the Columbia University journalism department literally said, we're not going to help you. No one's kind of coming to save you if you are, basically scrub anything about Palestine from your fucking Instagrams. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Mm-hmm. And this is the head of the Columbia University journalism department, right? And again, the other thing that I've understood is that the Middle East department is now under, and you might need to explain this to me a little bit, but it's under independent judicial review, or it's something
for a case, right?
They're basically doing, from my understanding, and this happened actually a few years ago, they had somebody come in and basically regulate, because the department, if the department can't self-regulate, and meaning that there's specific research requirements or economic requirements, then they do the equivalent of like an aggressive takeover. Where you have like an auditor, think of it like that. And it's happened in the past. There was like...
To the Middle East department or to another department?
To the Middle East Studies department.
Do you know during what times?
I don't want to like I'll go on record being wrong, but I do know there was a big controversy between the president, Lee Bollinger at the time, and I don't want to shout out professors because they still have jobs and I don't want to get them in trouble. Correct. But a professor, they had brought the leader of Iran to give a speech at Columbia University, and the president said that it wasn't cool with Lee Bollinger, and then one of the faculty who was tenured was like, this guy's a Nazi. And he's like, this is a free speech academic thing, and
say that about the president.
Yes. And basically it's like, after George Bush was president, he went on tour, and he was basically charging like $50,000 a speech. And he did like a nationwide tour, and everybody was celebrating it. And it was usually sponsored by like young Republican or young conservative groups, but it's like this dude effectively had just committed so many war crimes, and like we were in the Obama era of everybody being like feeling less guilty about America's crimes, and like we were supposed to be righting our wrongs. But George Bush was effectively touring. So I think...
Like Bill Burr. He was like... he was on the road.
Bill Burr's king, man.
No, I know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what a lot of people don't understand about that system is that, like, that is one of the ways that you make money after leaving office, no matter...
Because you're not supposed to make money in office. The president federally makes around $400,000 a year.
No, it's less than that.
Less?
I think so.
Last time I checked.
I think it's... Okay.
Yeah.
The last time I checked, it was like $150. It was like an but I
could be 1912.
I don't know.
The number I know is like, I think senators make a couple hundred, and then the president makes 400, and it is what it is. But like, so there was like a lot of controversy in this department. So this
is not the first time that this has happened.
No, and it happens at other schools, like, but it is suspicious, and it is what's the word, like the sensationalism is valid, because I felt proud, like I was like, yo, my school is being singled out as a school that is actually doing something. To be honest, like I had a very contentious relationship with Columbia University and with academia in general. It just felt like so detached, and I was lucky. I started my artistic career like my first semester, right? The summer before my first semester at Columbia, I started stand-up.
Oh, interesting.
And by like a year in, I was famous selling out like 4,000 person shows. It was in Arabic, but I was doing like world tours, North America, Europe.
For those of you who don't know as listeners, I mean, Hisham Fageeh basically started the stand-up system in Saudi Arabia.
Me and some friends, but yes.
But but you were the head of that.
Yeah, it was it was a cool moment. So I had this moment where I was like, do I drop out because I don't need this anymore?
Oh, interesting.
And of course the family was like, please don't do that, and I wasn't gonna listen to family, but something made me stay. Maybe it was like a morbid curiosity, being like, oh, how ugly can this get? Because I saw kids like show up to Columbia, and I saw their spirits get broken because it's rigorous, especially like grad school versus. I saw some genius undergrad kids that were taking my grad school classes that I was struggling in. There's some legit like minds. One of the people who was in my program, his name is Ralph McCormick. He now is like an acclaimed author, and he finished his degree in 9 months, and it took me 5 years to do it.
Wow.
Like, so there's legit impressive people. There was this guy named Taimur. He was a published poet in Pakistan before moving to Columbia. So, but what's unique about our program is like there were some classes that were, say, like advanced social studies classes that were fully in Arabic.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah, like it wasn't an Arabic class, but it was like we're talking about Arab Street. We're talking about contemporary culture.
Oh, wow.
Let's just talk in Arabic.
Wow.
So my background is I got my undergrad at Florida State University.
Stop.
Yeah.
Same.
For real?
This is actually big Florida shit right now on top of everything else. Yeah.
Go Knowles, go Knowles, baby.
Absolutely canceled. But like,
Keep that in the head, Josh.
but like I feel like, honestly speaking, the people that were at Florida State changed my life. But
really,
yeah, because
in what way and how, why?
Other than Four Loko and ketamine, but so we cut that too.
Ketamine started later, but like the faculty at Florida State were just so gentle. They were the right way, like. Because I worked at USC a few years ago, and I remember when I first got there, I was trying to problem solve like people's scripts, being like, all you need is to do this.
Okay.
And then my mentor at USC, David Isaacs, was like, stop telling them what to do.
Oh.
Like, you need to let them learn. That's what they're here for.
Okay.
And if you tell them what to do, you'll actually slow down the process. So same thing at FSU, like, Peter Garrison or Adam Geiser, Zena Shanoff, like, Will Hanley, like these people were really cool people that had like lived in the Middle East or in Africa.
Wow.
And they came back and they're like, I want to start a program. I'll start a program with the good intention of teaching people about these cultures that I love and that I spent years dedicating my life to learning. Now, the vast majority of people that are going to be studying at places like FSU are probably military people that want to...
That was similar when I was at Yale in Arabic class. It was like all CIA agents.
So, yeah. So, and legit...
want to be CIA agents.
This is insane.
And people that I like legit have nothing but positive experiences with, but I just, as I got older, it just became difficult to like reconcile like my relationships with them.
Okay.
But really, really, really nice people, like polite people, but they were like... The subtext is, I'm learning your language to invade your country.
Oh, yeah, no, straight up.
Like, what did you study in undergrad?
Also Middle East, but my focus was like comparative religion, and I did like Islam and Judaism. So I studied Hebrew at one point and a little bit of like Aramaic and Syriac. I didn't last, but like it was always like there was like, can I use academic terms in here? Like neoliberal sort of like air of like, we're going to fix the world. Even like the student organizations were like Middle East Peace Association, which I was president of, but like it was like we should coexist. And it's like, yeah, but, and that's what when the but part came when I got to Columbia.
Yeah.
And when I went to, I remember my first class was like theory and methods and like post-colonial studies. And they were just like, what is power? What is power? Like that's how they asked us for like 4 months straight. Or I took a class called culture, and it was 4 months of just my professor being like, there's no such thing as culture. There is food. There is music. There is language. There's vernacular, but there is no culture. So it was like, and even when I was like writing my thesis, they're like, don't use words like progressive, because it's a like stupid fucking word. It's like it has to be in relativity to something. Don't use things that are superlative. You try to be empirical, analytical in your language. So it was a really cool place. So I went from FSU, where it was like some brown kids who were like trying to find themselves, but mostly like white kids who probably want to invade the Middle East, whether softly or with hard power. And then I get to Columbia and everybody's brown, right? And there's like, shout out the few white people that graduated from my program, but it's amazing. Like you have like people that the PhD students speak 6 languages. Like these people are legit thinkers. Like Marsim Moussaoui, who taught me like the Arabic Street class, his brother, he's the head of the literary Society of North America, of Arabic Literary Society of North America. His brother was a more important academic who was murdered by Saddam Hussein. So he sought refuge in America and got this tenured position at Columbia. So, you know, Edward Said, who coined the term Orientalism, he started our school. And like there are a few descendants of Edward Said, like academically, and half of them are at Columbia University.
Oh wow!
Well, and this is kind of why I wanted to ask, you know, and I wanted to start with sort of an academic primer here, because, like, you know, I sometimes feel like quite a hypocrite because I went to so much school, but honestly, like to me, I feel like they should do away with all this shit. You know what I'm saying, right? And it's easy for you to say once you graduated from that program, right? But it's important to
Why do you
hear
say that?
What?
Why do you say that?
Well, because they are laundromats for power. The university system in the United States exists to reproduce class. You know what I'm saying? What we're seeing right now on these it's not the idea that we were sold, at least when I was a young person, where it was like, you know, universities are bastions of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The whole
romantic thing.
Yeah, but the whole point of putting the Middle East studies program at Columbia under specific judicial review is to control the narrative around Zionism and to essentially be like, you know, free speech stops at Palestine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And so when you have these institutions that are literally like letting ICE onto their campuses with no, and by the way, not that I don't believe in the nation state, period, right? So I don't believe that even if you are here undocumented, they should be able to take you to do anything. But just by the letter of the law, right? Like Mahmoud Khalil is a green card holder, right? So for Columbia University to let ICE onto their fucking campus and not protect their students, right? Then and let this person be not just detained, but not detained in Rikers. Not that would be cool, but taken to fucking Louisiana, bro. That's a rendition. That's a disappearance, right? And so that tells me that the university system has no interest in all it has interest in is in reproducing the thought of the elite, right? And so
I'm looking at my research here. I mean, the thing is, the cliche, it's a cliche for a reason. History repeats itself. I have a beautiful article here from the New York Times. It reads, Columbia hears plea for expelled student. Burke and 2 other speakers demand his reinstatement at gathering of 500. So just a little bit of context. In 1936, a student named Robert Burke got expelled from Columbia for leading an anti-Nazi demonstration. Yeah, so it's you know, and at the time, I think like the president is on record being like, I don't care about Jews dying in Europe. It's not my fucking problem. So you have to understand there's a climate, and people tend to think of history, as progress as linear, but there's an ebb and flow of everything, and our societies and our relationships are so tender, and any one thing can like hurt or compromise us, you know, I mean, on a personal level, but also like on a collective level. So you have 37 is the, you know, the anti-Nazi sentiment that is punished. Same literally exact punished. Thing. No, same exact thing as today, right? And there's a great article on the Medium about this, if anybody wants to read, by Shari Rose. And, you know, history repeats itself. That's A. B, you talk about the 1940s, because of McCarthyism and because of sort of like this, we sort of fucked up on the Nazi thing, you create tenure professor. That academic tenure happens in the 40s because of that. It's because we need to protect our intellectual elite and make sure that these guys who are basically archives of knowledge and information, we can't be firing them and we can't be punishing people.
That's where tenure comes from.
Yeah, so you have that. Then the 1950s roll around, and basically union busting sort of effectively, you know, anti-communist rhetoric. It basically seeps into like university campuses, and like student activism is pretty dead. Then you have the 60s with Vietnam.
Which they're so proud of that history. They're like, there's literally plaques.
Thank you.
There are literally plaques in Columbia. They're like, look, we're so proud of our students that, you know, protested and took over the hall or whatever to like, we were part of stopping the Vietnam War, which is part of the like kind of the story of that generation, right? And now those same protests are happening, and they're literally like calling Eric Adams to get the fucking NYPD and they're to send fucking tanks. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly it. So then after that, you have like, this is the peak of like American cultural, you know, I guess you can call it revolutionary sort of anti-war sentiment, the hippie movement, everything that happened in the 60s, from art, music, cinema, everything was happening at the same time, and that's how we're all really connected. But Vietnam, and then in the late 70s, I want to say, the students at Kent University are killed by the National Guard for protesting the U.S. invasion of Cambodia.
Oh, wow.
And I think in the 60s at Yale University, there's a professor or a person who's in charge of the endowment who starts basically operating the institution as a bank.
Well, again, this is, Analisa, to your question of like, why do you think universities shouldn't exist anymore? I'm like, well, kind of because of that, right? Because they are essentially banks, right? Well, the relationship with the endowment, right, is not, it's actually, look, if you can rendition students for speech, right, then this is no longer an intellectual institution, right? Mm-hmm. And when this is all occurring under the idea that that's what the institution is there for. But right, when you think about, specifically about the endowment, right? Mm-hmm. When, students organized to protest apartheid South Africa and demanded divestment, right? That's a thing that we look now on favorably. We're like, oh, that's a great thing that they were able to get the universities to divest from an apartheid system. But then when the same thing happens towards Israel, then they're like, yo, get the fuck out of here. We're throwing the kids in the fucking meat locker.
And I of course, we're all aligned here and we're a bit of a, echo chamber, but it's like, we have to think about if this is a business, right? Tuition doesn't pay for shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a stupid anyway, don't get me started on like how money spent.
Oh, that's interesting. That is something I would like to learn about.
Because like when I was walking around at like USC, I would like basically be counting, or even at Columbia University, be like, okay, that's $75,000 there, $75,000 there. So if I'm in an elevator with 10 people, it's like, that's almost $10 million, right? Okay. So, but at the same time, if you're at USC, the football coach signs a contract for what, $10 million or $100 million. So it's weird how money moves. I'm not a financial expert, but I will say this: the U.S. Needs them to do business unregulated. Like these institutions can't sustain themselves, like because we've been put in a situation where we depend on the hedge fund sort of model of holding. So a protest might fuck up our bag. So
it's absolutely fucking up the bag, which is hence this is happening.
And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Let's say they get rid of every single brown student and every single white Jewish student who is in solidarity with Palestine. Those spots would fill up tomorrow. Yeah, 100%. Nothing would change. You know what I'm saying?
Which goes to show that it's not an educational institution. That's my point, right?
It's because power thing.
Exactly. Right? If the entire institution is essentially a bank, right, that makes investments, right, and that's why. And again, look, to be frank, could Columbia University divest from Israel? They could. It would be a complicated financial maneuver, and I've read a little bit about how that would. But it's not going to happen because that's the institution creates as a bank, and also to reproduce power, right?
At FSU, there's a whole thing of like, if you're Keynesian economics or if you're Chicago, whatever the hell, like how you teach economics at your school is influenced by who gives your endowment or whose name is on your building, right? Okay. So like the Koch brothers were involved at FSU, I think, at the time that I was there. So they're teaching very like neoliberal, hyper-capitalist, methods and way of thinking, and I think that's like fair. Like when we realize that we live in sort of like capitalist neoliberalism, I understand it. Like I'm beyond like being angry about it, and I'm in the acceptance phase of like my grief. But I think we just have to understand what this is. It's about, you're going to Columbia, you're going to Yale, you're going to Columbia, you're going to NYU because you want that prestige associated with it. And your brain has been trained since you were a child to think that this institution is better than another institution because of how it's marketed itself, how it's positioned itself. And maybe you went to NYU or Yale because you wanted to work with somebody in particular, but and I know, and like there are years that are better than others. If one professor or instructor leaves your art program, your shit could bottom out. Now, on a pedagogical level or on a curricular level, you'll understand that and you'll feel it. But the stock of Columbia, NYU, and Yale are still always, ascending. And
S&P 500,
blue chip sort of I said 60 something. I meant 85 earlier with the sort of endowment hedge fund dynamic, and that sort of like coincides with like the apartheid sort of. It's like, okay, now we're done.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Are you in touch with other people who are Columbia University alumni from the Middle East department?
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
how are you guys processing this? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know, like, again, like I've seen a little bit about NYU, you know, Yale. Again, I was there on the art side, so like I keep track of it, but peripherally.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, how are people feeling in your neck of the woods, knowing that like they're literally, you know, kids are getting renditioned, like children, you know what I'm saying, and grad students over here for. And by the way, like, just so that the viewer knows, when the Trump administration is asked about this, they're like, you know, for example, like, has Mahmoud Khalil committed a crime? They're like, no, it's for speech, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is for using the word genocide for. And he was a lead negotiator in the Columbia encampment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you have any friends that are still there? Is anybody scared? Are people? Is this a stage of grief? Do you have any voice? Like, do they give a fuck about you guys as alumni? Like, I'm just curious.
Honestly, I haven't been in touch with the department. I used to be on the newsletter, and I think I like unsubscribed at some point. But tomorrow, a film called Encampments releases in theaters.
Tell us about that, because I know that you were
and somebody started documenting. Watermelon Pictures or Productions is the producer on it, and when the encampments had started at Columbia, somebody was documenting it, and Mahmoud Khalil is like a main voice in it. And yeah, it drops tomorrow in theaters, and it can give you the history.
What's it called?
It's called Encampments. Encampments, ENCAMPMENTS.
And look, I just a quick thing on that. Like, you know, obviously, like, we're all artists, and like I sometimes hesitate to be like, art can change the world, but it's like, bro, like, you know, my man from the documentary that just won a fucking Oscar, like, was just lynched in Palestine. You know,
it wasn't lynched. It was
you wouldn't use that word?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not, English isn't my first language, but
I can fucking tell. No, but you know, I've heard people use the word lynch, but
it said lynch mob.
Well, sure, but like, Israeli setters took him out of his home, beat the fucking shit out of him, and then when they called the ambulance, the IDF stopped the ambulance.
Yes, that's absolutely what happened. I thought lynching was hanging from a tree.
Yeah, I think that lynching has. I'm not going to argue that point.
We have an etymologist on set.
We do. We have a subject matter expert, an SME. We might. But you know, I think that that's an important. You know, look, I came up in punk rock and hip hop in a time where we thought we were like fighting the power in 2000 whatever, and now I'm like, oh, is this all like now coming true, right, in a way? Because like, if you can get I used to think that like there was a point of,
bro,
I thought
have friends with Oscars who are broke.
No, not broke, but like to be able to like become the victim of the crime that you made your documentary about and then got an Oscar on national television.
I mean, it's bleak. I don't want to go there, but it's like it's the Academy officially like finally released a statement, and they're like, it's complicated.
They're like, shit happens. Shit can happen.
They're like, oh, it's tense, you know, and it's like, bro, it's not tense.
Yo, can you imagine if Martin Scorsese had been like picked up by the IRA and they fucking, you know, that's not. It's clearly, you know, harkening back to like, you know, language that I think came into the ecosystem, you know, in 2020 is like, it's just clear that like if you're Palestinian, your life, it does not matter.
Yeah, I mean, the position of the Academy, and I'll never win an Oscar after saying this, but it's like, it's all lives matter type of shit. I mean, it's like, this is the Academy that like awards The Blind Side and Crash, and you know, and they've corrected their mistakes, and they gave Bong Joon-ho like a bunch of awards for Parasite.
You said Bon Jovi. I was like, Bon
Jovi.
Okay, look, let's end here, Hisham. First of all, I really would love, you know, you're in town for a limited time. We got you while you were in town, right? I just want to, I guess, you're about to go make your film in Saudi, right?
Yeah, in between Jordan and Saudi.
Between Jordan and Saudi.
Congratulations.
And like, yeah, congratulations, mashallah, for real. And, you know, it is really like, it is.
And I hope the Academy gives me a chance.
Zoom in on that. Get them a single. No, but really, I guess I want to know, as an artist, are you.
We really need your support. Thank you.
You know, as an artist who has been, you know, who's actively, vocally against the genocide, like, are you scared at all? Are you scared about coming? Because you have a baby, bro.
You should be scared. I mean, nobody, like, absolutely. It's scary, man. Like, it fucking sucks. And like, yeah, it's scary. Like, I'd be fronting if I said I wasn't scared, you know? So I'm not even gonna, that's not tough guy shit. It's like, you know,
It's real.
You should be scared. Nothing is sacred, like in the terms of like how power works. If you're gonna fuck up somebody's bag, you know, it's like watching Sopranos. Like people kill people in cold blood because somebody might be fucking up their route, right? And that's really what it comes down to is money and power, and like just understand that that's it, you know. And every country has it in some way or another. You just got to find the country and the place and the community that I think works for you.
I have a question.
Please, we're out of time.
Yeah, we are. But if there's one thing that you could leave people with, like, what would it be?
I was feeling like I felt an existential sort of crisis because it activated some like trauma. I'm gonna be using like LA therapy talk, but like it activated some like real fucking fight or flight in me when they targeted MISAS, my department.
Yeah, no, that's why I had you on,
because I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like it seems so fucking like why me sort of thing, right? And like I've had a bunch of like why me moments, and like and I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing making a film and like spending like weeks and months studying like distribution models or what type of like latex to use on prosthetics? Like, and I'm like, but it's actually like, that's like the most romantic thing you can do. And like, I get pissed off when people are like, you know, just art can heal it. It's like, this is the only thing I know how to do right now. Is like make like, inshallah, compelling art. And I'm going to like put my heart and soul into it. And if the industry bottoms out, or if tomorrow there's no place for our industry, I'm gonna like work really hard to be the best that I can be and how I can service myself and my community. So just like show up with like intention and show up with like, you know, just be like, I'm not the best at this, I'm gonna try. Good. You know,
but give it your all.
No, I appreciate that, man, and thank you so much for coming on the show. I really just want to like, what I want to synthesize there for people is that, you know, because people, based on their position in the world and their privilege, like they're like, okay, I can say this in public, I can't say this in public, et cetera, et cetera. And so it's like to hear from you that you are scared. I'm scared, bro. I'm terrified. My dad texted me today out of nowhere. CG, do not become a target. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, I had an epiphany. He wouldn't say the word Palestine. He just said, don't be a target. And he just that's all he said to me. And I'm like, that's it. We are in a time that it's a scary time, right? And I do think that, you know, the people that you see out there doing it, like you, like, it's not fearlessness, it's bravery, and there's a difference. And I think that's important to underline. And that's what you're...
on another episode, we can talk about like what it means to sort of like divest, or what it means to sort of in protest not go to something X, Y, or Z, or act like you're better than the academy, which I'm not. I need the academy. But like,
we are not.
But it's like... understanding like where you are, because thinking in a hyper individualistic way, it's like the industry is going to stop and, you know, start or stop at my clock. That's stupid. But it's like, if you're successful and you can platform 10 other friends who are Palestinian, sometimes I think that's the more effective thing, right? Think about like on a structural level, like how did we get here? Intellectually, academically, artistically, and then how can we play the long game, and how can we, you know, think strategically about things?
100%. Well, Hisham, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
You know, every time we bring on news elements of the show, I'm like, this is episode 1 again, and I really do feel like there's 19 motherfuckers here, bro. This is episode 1 again. Thank you so much, baby. I love you so much. Stay tuned for Eleanor Kingston and the gang. We have a musical guest coming up next. And again, Analisa, I just want to thank you so much for being, you know, coming on as co-host for 4 episodes, man. This is really this is gonna be fire. So Hisham, if you wouldn't mind getting the fuck off the couch. And now for a musical interlude from our guests Eleanor Kingston, Jordan Everett, and Dacklin on the guitar. Woo! Take it away, baby.
Hi guys, I'm Eleanor Kingston.
I'm Jordan Everett.
And this is our song Sour Gold. Forgive me if I seem a little off, if I'm looking in your eyes like I'm seeing something wrong. Got a tendency to question every word, staying silent when you said I love you first. When you whispered and then you drew back, expected answers and then you fell flat. And I just wanna know where we're supposed to go when I don't got no hope. I'm seeing sour gold.
Sour gold, round we go, spinning circles till we both end up alone. We both should've known, didn't feel it when we kissed. It tasted like sour in love, yeah.
Not trying to hurt you, baby, oh, wow.
Wow.
We're too far gone to come back now. And no one fights with me like you, oh. Baby, you beat me black and blue.
The flowers I got you are wilting now in my living room, I guess, 'cause I ain't around anymore. I get deja vu going our places. See you on occasion in strangers' faces. A little bit colder,
It'll be colder.
a memory fades.
Memory fades.
A little more ghost
Little more ghost.
every passing day. And yeah, I miss you,
Yeah, I miss
but
you.
I hate it always.
Hate it always.
A trench I fell in,
Trench I fell in.
now I'm up to my waist. Think about you time to time. I hardly worked with you, yeah, I was working on your thighs. A confidential warfare while the sun had said goodnight. But now you're just a name that's on my screen. Sometimes
Sour gold, round we go,
go,
spinning circles till we both end up alone. We both should've known,
yeah.
didn't feel it when we kissed. It tasted like sour in love.
Yeah, not trying to hurt you, baby, oh wow. But we're too far gone to come back now. Yeah, no one fights with me like you, oh. Yeah. Baby, you beat me black and blue. Baby, you beat me black and blue.
Sour gold,
Round we go.
Thank you, thank you. So that was our title track. We have an upcoming collaborative album called Sour Gold. And we're gonna play another song for you guys that's off the album. It's called Impossibility of Us.
I just love you in silence, and I'll give you all your space. Got things I've been quiet on, the thoughts I'll never say, and you'll never know the way I taste. Guess I lost all hope. Am I in love with the impossibility of our show? Or am I lost with the weight that I'll never be enough? Maybe in another universe I'll get picked first. Maybe that could be a glimpse of us and not the worst.
Focus hard, I fall into the idea of what we could have been. Maybe the last text I sent, never sent. And hopefully if it did, dear, you ain't reading it. The wrong vibe at the wrong time. And hopefully I need to keep my head down like a studio rat. I got a couple of features coming, I hope they like that. And if they know me and show me, I'll sign a shirt or a hat. When in Rome, cooking stovetop, I manage that. Sitting idle at the Eiffel, eating pennies when compared to us. Yeah. Sit and tell me all the things you haven't said to them, said to us. Yeah. And if you ever got a night off, we can make a ride off, baby, we can ride off. Said if you ever got a night off, we can make a ride off, yeah.
Am I in love with the impossibility of our show? Or am I lost with the way that I'll never be enough? Maybe in another universe I'll get picked first. Maybe that could be a glimpse of us in another world.
Long brown hair with eyes you couldn't ever look away from, yeah. And she get tired of my room when we go to play some, yeah. See, modern movies ain't the way to describe what we got. This ain't fake, too real. I'm taking your top off in the mood, getting rude, getting down on beds, baby. Now I'm on top of you. Your head in my head, looking on a little nightly. I can make you feel alright like nightly. You wanna play games, baby, wanna fight me. Attitude rain with the sunset lightning. I still need you. You pulled away. I was see through for another day. I still need you. You pulled away. You pulled away. You pulled away.
Am I in love with the impossibility of our show? Or am I in love with the way that I'll never be enough?
That'll never be enough
But the
now.
universe, I'll get picked first. Maybe that could be a glimpse of us in another world, yeah.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Analisa. Where's the camera? Okay. Hey, everybody. So we just had. Okay, so what's your collective name? Do you guys have a collective name?
No, we just have like our
Ooh.
individual names. I know.
Okay. So let's go through everybody's names. So we got Dacklin. Hold on.
Hello, this is Dacklin over here.
Okay, and give us your socials. Any new projects that you're gonna be coming out?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so my socials at DXCKLIN. I have an album coming out in May, and I have a show May 19th at the Genghis Cohen if you're in Los Angeles.
Hell yeah, that's a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, it is.
That's fucking tight. All right,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna be there ordering lo mein and rocking out to you, bro.
All right, bet. There we go. So yeah, May 19th, Genghis Cohen. Yeah, my name's
Word
Dacklin.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You were playing. It was amazing. Okay, tell me your
Yes.
name,
I'm
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Okay.
Yes.
And your name?
Jordan Everett.
Okay. All right, guys. So how did you guys all meet?
Yeah. So I've known Dacklin since middle school.
Okay.
But we weren't close in middle school.
Okay. So what was the second
my
meet cute?
younger brother is also an artist. His name
Okay.
is Buppy, and him and Dacklin were best friends.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Word.
so
T.
Dacklin got into Cal Arts.
Okay.
For college.
Okay.
And because of the pandemic, they were online.
Oh wow.
Buppy moved in with me to pursue music, and then he and Dacklin were roommates for
Okay.
his first freshman year of college during the
Okay.
pandemic. So that's how we got really close, and that's been like 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did
Yeah.
you and Jordan meet?
I did music in high school.
Okay.
And when I was doing music, I was a little bit chronically online. And
Right.
wanted to find other people who were
That's
like
real.
me.
That's so real.
Yeah.
And I met a group of artists who were just like hanging out and
In chats or like in,
In chats.
person?
chat.
Okay.
And there was an
Interesting. Okay.
artist. There was an artist named Buppy.
But
My brother.
Buppy's the plug, really.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's all
Got
right,
it.
yeah.
who
Yeah.
added me to a group chat with 12, 15 other artists.
Ludo looking
And
out.
through the years, the amount and the actual artists who are in that chat has changed, but that chat has stayed resilient.
It's like the
Yeah.
Apollo.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so
I like it.
we've when the pandemic hit, they had their own stuff going on because they
Okay.
know each other in person. But
Okay.
I've never met any of these people on they were all online.
Okay.
And 5 to 7 of us moved out to LA. Because all of our stuff is shut down. My college is shut down.
Okay.
And they were we were back home and they were charging the same rate for
I heard.
whatever
Yeah.
tuition.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so my mom was like,
This is ridiculous.
exactly. So she
Go
was
live
like,
your
go
life.
pursue your dreams. It's all right.
Wow.
So
They moved
That's a
into
blessing.
We all moved into the same apartment building.
Yeah.
So y'all want to kill each other, but the music was amazing.
yeah, low key, bro.
No, absolutely. Like the best worst stories are like the best songs. Are you kidding me? Like fuck my it's
Yeah.
like it's gonna make a hit.
But we are best friends.
Okay,
And
Doodle.
there's like 10 to 15 of us that just
Okay.
talk all the time and hang out and like make
Yeah.
music and do
That's
creative things together and
interesting.
stuff.
So y'all moved out here like a family.
But for the
That's
past
strong.
2 years, well, her and I put out a single 3 years ago, I think. 3,
Yeah.
And in 2022, yeah. Wow. And after that, we were like, hey, We really like how we work together.
Yeah.
And
same thing with Chris and I.
We thought like we'd
songs
make
later.
like a 3-song EP, and then we just made like 10
You're like,
records.
wait though,
And we
this
decided
could work.
to-
Hold on.
We made an
exactly.
album.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you meet Chris?
Oh, that's a story.
I'm just gonna sneak in with that one, and then I'm gonna cue you
So
up. So,
excited to be
okay,
on that.
no, here's the thing. So I was listening to the New Music Business podcast, which I've been fucking sending you episodes telling you need to get your
Chris.
MFA.
Okay. All right.
You know, no, because there's really like there's
Always
game
trying
there,
to get
right?
somebody to get a degree. Relax.
No,
my God.
legit. And there was an interview with Double Camp, who are
Shout
they're-
out.
yeah, shout out Double Camp. They're this dope artist duo, and you know, I'm sitting here listening to this podcast, like just kind of like. I'm like not in the bathtub, but I'm emotionally in the bathtub. I'm like half listening. I'm like, you know, asleep.
Emotionally in the
and then
bathtub
I
is crazy.
hear, my ear is attuned to certain things as a musician, right?
You heard her voice.
And well,
No.
no, check it out.
No?
No, Analisa, you're not ready for this.
Not
So
yet.
basically, the host of the podcast asked the Double Cam guys, like, so what's your ad structure like? Like, who do you get for ads, right?
Okay.
And they were like, we got our ads down on Meta to like it was like 10 cents a click or something. And I started wake up.
10
I hear
cents a conversion.
10 cents a conversion.
Let's
And then they
go.
go,
said
yeah,
marketing.
our ad girl is, her name is this girl
Yeah.
named Eleanor. You can find her. And I woke up and I literally went on Instagram. I DM'd
Yeah.
Double Camp and I was like, yo, who's this girl Eleanor? And how did she get you guys to 10 cents a conversion? They're like, here's her information. Then she hit me. Turns out she's also an artist. And I was like, come on the show.
Amazing artist.
Yeah.
Back to you in the
At
field.
that.
Well, thank you. I was
So-
like, I really want to go on the show. I think I brought it up first. I was
I
like,
love
oh, you have
that.
a show? Like, I want to go on a show.
Okay.
And he was like, hell yeah.
Well,
So
thank
it
you
just
for
worked
being
out.
here.
Yeah, hell yeah. But it was so cool, like getting on that podcast and like meeting. I've met so many cool people from it, and I was like, wow, that just word of mouth.
Nah,
can,
you
like,
and
bring
Buppy
you really far.
No, you and Buppy are like the
Thanks.
plugs, low key.
Thank you.
Okay, so the first song. What was the name of the first song? And like, what was the writing process on that? Y'all both like you were.
yeah,
I don't know.
the first song was called Sour Gold.
Oh, that's a
and
name.
It was the last song that we wrote from the album,
Okay.
Yeah.
and it's the title track.
Okay.
And the way that we've structured the album in our crazy brains that we have is it starts off like you meet someone or
Ooh,
you
the
see
meet
someone.
cute. Yeah, yeah.
There's a song on there called
Love
Moroccan
it.
Lounge.
Moroccan Lounge.
You're at the
Yeah.
Moroccan
Let's
Lounge.
go.
Girl. You
Talk to me.
You are there. You got drinks. You
See
got
her
your
BB. Let me see her BB.
lemongrass daiquiri. Do not
Uh-huh.
worry.
Okay.
And you meet someone. You're like, oh, who's that? Right?
Yeah.
You maybe have a little meet cute. You
Love
become
that.
strangers, lovers, friends.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it gets a little rocky. And it might not go the way that you intend it to go in that type of situation.
Makes the best sex and stories.
Yeah,
again.
so like
It does.
sour gold is
Fun.
like gold just gone sour. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Ah,
something
okay,
like very
okay.
special and very like
Wow.
worth
Okay.
a lot, but it's
Yeah.
sour. It's bad. It's old. And that's why we
past
were
the
like,
honeymoon.
that's why it should be the title track because it's sick, but also because it kind of encompasses that like the album's like a love story through like all these ups and downs, and it ends with Impossibility of Us,
Oh, wow.
which was the last track.
The one you
which is
just performed.
yeah,
Okay.
which is basically just saying like this is not it, like it's not gonna be us,
Mm.
but like I'll just love you in silence and I'll give you your space, and like we love each other, but it's not it.
So you gave us the beginning and the end.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Oof. I like that.
Yeah.
And then for the climax, we got to go back to the album.
Yes.
Okay.
Go listen
Okay.
to it.
or in 2 days we're playing a show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, at the Roxy. I'm opening for Dunya
Okay.
for her birthday.
Okay.
Analisa and I have known each other for mad long back in the theater world, right? And then like we started making music together, and we like have our friend Ebony Smith, who like is a producer, who was a producer at Atlanta Records 15 years, who's become like kind of one of our main producers, and our friend Reef Loretto as well, right? And so like in that, there's been a lot of information exchange, right? And I give all that context to say that like one of the things that we're always trying to figure out is like what's something outside of music that we need to be learning in order to get the music shit to pop
Oh, that's
more,
good.
right? And so I really, really admire the fact that you went and learned how to run meta ads so much so that other people hire you to do that, right?
Yeah,
So
I
how long
mean-
did that take? Tell us a little bit about that.
I've been doing it for a long time. I've been like I remember it was Buppy. Oh my god, Buppy.
Yo, Buppy. We got to get Buppy on the show.
Hashtag
Fly
Buppy.
him here. Like,
He lives here. He lives with
oh,
me.
bueno.
Yeah, so he was like doing, because you know we moved out here and we're very serious about it, and like we didn't want to just make music, we wanted to market music and be musicians like professionally. So he was taking a course that was ran by like a record label, and they were the first people that taught us about meta ads. They were like, this is the way that the labels do it, this is the way that the management teams do it, like every artist runs meta ads. And I was like, okay, what is that? Because I'd gotten so tired. This is something I'm very like annoyed by, is like the playlist game and like the fake marketing stuff. Yes. And the thing with meta ads, like I cannot always promise you a viral song, but I can always promise you that your music will be heard by real people, and like what they do with it is what they do with it. And that's the thing, is like that's the hardest thing to break through as an artist, is like, how do I just get real people to hear it, whether they like it or not? Like 400 people can give you 1 million streams if they like it. Like it doesn't matter about the volume of people, because like you can get 5,000 conversions from a meta ad campaign can get you 10 million streams on your record, because it's not just those 5,000 people. It's like they're playing it at a party, Shazams, they tell their friends, like they're streaming it all the time because they love it and they found it. So that's the thing, just like getting your music out to even a handful of people, and how much traffic that can really bring to it if it's a good record. So that's the thing about Double Camp, like their music is so good, they are so talented, and they're so good with visuals. That's another component, obviously, now with like the digital age and, you know, going viral on social media, like having these high quality visuals is really important. So at the same time that I was learning that visual component of like what makes a good TikTok, what makes a good reel, I was learning like how do you market advertisements. So I took like a course, and then I hired like what was the course? A guy, his name's Andrew Southworth. He's like the most famous meta ads guy. He's great. He has like a short course that kind of teaches you like basics, and then I also hired someone named Xavier Allen. He did like a few big artists, so I was like, oh, can I just hire you for like a year to teach me? And then from there, it's been like 3 years now, so I've developed my own methods and like strayed kind of from what I was taught, but like because I was taught the foundations of what they were doing, it was great. And it honestly worked out by word of mouth. Like I want to scale the business, I want to get a website, I want to be more formal with it. Balancing a business and an art career is very hard, but like I've been so blessed that like the word of mouth in this industry is like insane, you know what I mean? I just marketed this guy, Famous Friends. He's a very talented artist. He hired me to promote his Long Beach show because he heard the podcast.
That podcast did numbers for you.
Yeah, it was great. And like Ari's take is sick, and like it was a blessing. So just word of mouth, and like I don't know, I think people get really scared to start a business because they're like, what's an LLC and how do I file tax? It's very just start. Like you don't have to do it all the right way. Like just file your taxes, just report your income. Like that's a word. That's a word. But like all the like just extra stuff, like having copyright and all these things, like just start. Yeah. And like that will flow like as it comes. But just start, you know. Stay consistent. Yeah.
It's really, really inspiring. And just so you know, Analisa, when we put out our singles, this is who I'm. When I've been in the fucking group chat telling you about the marketing and the I don't mean to yell.
What, what am I doing here? Does this guy even like me? I don't know.
I speak with so much emphasis. No, but really, it's like that's who we're hiring, right? And you know, you also. We've been talking about, you know, YouTube as well, like for Google ads. So like, you know, even for this show, I've been like, Eleanor, hit me to the YouTube shit, hit me, because I've bought my own Google ads before, right? And it's like, it's that stuff, you know, the people that you hire that really know what they're doing, the point is that they're getting actual listeners, right? Right. Because I've done it before where it's like, I'm pretty sure that, like I have 800 subscribers on YouTube, but the views aren't reflective of that. So I'm like, these are bots, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, what I know about Eleanor and like for her work with Double Camp is that she gets actual real ears, which is like, it's crazy how real human ears are actually like, it's actually rare to get that through digital marketing, right? So Eleanor, Jordan, and you know Dacklin stayed, right? So is there anything that you guys want to say? You know, this episode, it's Thursday, March 27th today, right? This show comes out on Monday, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to like draw traffic to your show from this. The show will have been in the past, right? But is there? If you, I used to have a friend. Who'd be like, "Did you go to my show?" Like, no. well, then it was the best that you'd ever see. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. Those are the rules. But I will be there. Analisa, are you coming?
What day?
On Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yeah. Yo,
My
relax.
cousin's in town. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, Jesus
I'm gonna be there. I bought
Analisa,
15
what happened?
tickets
I thought you were an
supporting
actor.
local artists.
Why don't you act like you're going to the show? But I'm not acting. I can show
What
you
was
the
the location? The Roxy.
The Roxy.
Darling. 7
I bought
p.m. This Friday.
I bought the ASX
Saturday.
Saturday. You can't.
Diablo. Okay.
Yeah.
Saturday, the Roxy, 7 p.m.
Listen,
we got some openers.
Is there anything else you'd like to say as we close here? Because I'm just so grateful that you guys made the time and
Y'all
gave us energy
killed
with the
it.
songs. And
my God.
So, was there anything closing thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, thank you for having me on. This is sick. Like, you know, I'm just as like, it's cool to be in a city where like you get to meet people that always inspire you like every day, and like you guys are super inspiring to me. And so, you know, you had me on as a guest, but like, you know, I'm learning from y'all too, and I appreciate it. So
well, the feeling is hella mutual. Thank you so much. Come on anytime, and we might make this man freestyle a little bit later.
He's gonna freestyle.
As we
It's done. It's actually done.
Thank you. We're gonna do a little transition, Josh. Again, we're good. All right, check one. This is mic one. Analisa, give me a test.
Check two.
All right, listen. Welcome to the proving ground, okay? Now, this is what's happening on this couch. No, I know. You should be because I'm better than you. No, sorry. I said I wouldn't do that. I said I wouldn't do that.
Say it with your chest.
The other day, Analisa battle rapped me, and Reef was like, afterwards, he asked us very earnestly, he was like, was that fun for you guys? Because I didn't enjoy that. And I was like, cultural differences, right? So now, look, this is the first time we're trying the full setup for the episode, right?
Yeah.
We have DJ Merc 80 on the ones and twos, right? And here's what's gonna happen. In the proving ground in future episodes, MCs will have to come and battle me. Everybody, like 3 rappers at a time, right? Type shit.
Yeah.
And
Scribble.
I'm allowing people to also bring a written, but we didn't have time to do our written this week, so we're just gonna freestyle.
DJ.
Merc 80's gonna try to throw us off.
Go DJ.
And let's fucking do it.
Nah, cause he cooking right now. Hold on, let him cook.
This is good. All right. Throw on something. No, you don't have to be quiet. It's all good. All right, ready?
Oh, God.
All right, throw on a new beat and then we'll start from there.
What? I don't know. I kind of like, okay. No, you go first.
All right, ready? Hisham, one time we're going to have you DJ and I'm going to be rapping to Punjabi MC. Yeah. All right, ready? Yeah.
The anxiety I feel is oh so real. I hate sitting on this couch on Thursdays, but you get it. It's going your way. It's going your way.
Look, I don't mean to brag and I don't mean to boast, but Analisa Velez is a good co-host. See, I'm being nice. I'm not being negative like last time. Okay, get me hit him with the past rhyme.
The past rhyme. I'd read books on my pastime. Yeah, I get my period on Thursdays.
Look. Young Chris Gabo, yeah, you know I'm that serious. I'm never fasting because it's my girl's period. I'm talking about my wife, not the one on the left, but I do know how to get spun backwards. I only know the bad words. That's why my mom thinks that I am a bat turd. Bat turd, by that I mean bat shit. Oh yeah, I'm not.
Bad shit crazy. You're looking real lazy. You got an Arepa shirt, and that's crazy. Yeah, shout out to Miss Daisy. I love that movie. Don't play me. Hey yo DJ, you doing something nice. Yeah, spitting it on twice. Yo Chris, take the mic because my shit is kind of whack and we know you real nice.
Nah, I'm not even that nice with it. I just try to be precise. So listen how I drop the science like the mathematics. I do this because I did not do good at band practice or math or any extracurriculars. Yeah, the caterpillar, that is the pace that I tried to do it. Merc 80 on the ones and twos with the fluids. I had to feed him. I'm a bad host. Yes, I already rapped the word. From coast to coast, I do that from the left side. Third coast, that's when I get high, but I can't do that during Ramadan, because then Hisham would probably have to go and call my mom. And she'd be like, you've only been Muslim for like 2 seconds, it doesn't really count. And I'd be like, that's Islamophobic bounce.
You call your mom. Yo, stop calling your mom. Hit up the ringtone, call your dad, yeah. Cause he is so Hey yo daddy, he got something nice to say. Gotta take him back and we gotta hit the four. No, me stop. That's your dad. I'm so sorry. His dad's fly though.
Turn this up.
I ain't gonna lie.
Fernando's gonna come and battle rap you on the show.
Fernando, Bobby, que lo que hay?
English as a second language. Somebody please go make me a sandwich. But yes, mumkin kebab. That's how I do it. Ride with the mob like hamdulillah, but I really mean friendship. Oh yes, let's not try to end this on a bad note or a good note, just a middle one. Cause they called me Little Pun when I lost 10 pounds or 10 kilos. Oh yes, you know I had to go
Little
in Philos.
Pun?
Young
So
Chris
good.
Gabo hit him with the stilo. And I know I had to be low key when I'm creeping down up the staircase. And I never get a hair race, cause I don't race rabbits, that's wrong. Would you like to see my new thong? Yes, I'm trying to be a 2exist model, so I don't have to have the 3 spirit bottles and have a different sponsor. I am not a monster, I am just somebody who has on co-star, being like Libra Aries rising. Pass it to the left, cause you know I like Pisces.
Yo, this song is from my favorite movie. Yeah, Charlie's Angel 3. Yeah. I wanna talk about lasty things. I wanna talk about pretty rings. I wanna talk about money cause it brings so much blessings. Them blessings. Yeah, I went to church. It was so nice. I talked to the pastor like, yo, pass the mic. I got a few things to tell you. You gotta give love. Ooh. Yeah.
Yo, Analisa interrupted church. That's what she said. She was like, I have something to say.
Shout out one church here.
Look. All right, let's hear this transition that I'm a. Yo.
Transition is crazy. Feeling lazy.
Must not have been.
Let's go. Uh-oh.
What is this? Yo. Alright, look. I'm with the jazz like my name was Yusuf Days. Yes, Chris Gabo, I am stuck in my ways. And I knew that crime pays, but not as much as podcasts. That's a lie. I actually don't make money on the side. I just have my overhead. It's high.
It's high. It's so high. Can I say the price? Yo, it's so high.
Yo, Merc 80, do you have anything with 808s in it? Cause she's from Miami. You got any 808 shit? Cause she's from Miami.
Yo, the levels on this are mad high. Heard. Get nasty.
Do.
Doing at me. Find me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm sorry, it's called
Okay,
X.
keep this me.
Yeah.
Yo, yes. Turn that shit up just a tiny bit in this one.
This takes me back to Deerfield Beach, you know what I'm saying? One time with the sun. The sun on my face, SPF 80. With the shark swimming, I'm a real lady. I take my top off, yeah, my nipples are cute. Popular to boot, call me Betty Boop, cause I go ooh. I don't know what else to say. I'm looking so pretty.
Yo. Ooh, that sounding like a dolphin. Baby, catch me out in Miami, I be golfing. Just kidding, out in Mar-a-Lago. Pásame un poquito de trago, aguardiente. And I have 8 seconds to do this back, Had to do it backwards like it's Jackson Heights. Get the dosa, then I'm out of sight in the Honda Accord. Just made off my payment. Just kidding. My dad had to pay it, cause I haven't worked in like 12 months. And you know in London they say cunt like it's not a bad word, but that's the white woman's N-word. I didn't say that, I'm stressed, nerd. Oh yes, and you could get some pleasure if you deserve it, but I don't know, I am a little bit nervous. Maybe cut that rhyme or don't, cause I don't know. I'm back to poke you in the belly like it's Yo Pillsbury. Come on, Analisa, you get very scary like.
You talking a lot. I gotta tell you, you talking a lot. Put the mic on the side. We gon' hit the block and we finna rock. We might strip something. It's okay cause we dumbin'. Hey yo DJ, how you feeling? How you feeling,
Merc 80?
Hey. Heard.
And talk to us at the same time.
Heard. Got you.
Yo, Merc 80 was like, don't talk to me. All right, let's do one more beat. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's Ramadan. I gotta fucking eat. Ready? All right, let's do this. All right, that's nice.
It's so sexy. Oh my gosh.
Look. I've been on my silly goose shit, so let me just do something serious.
Go crazy,
here.
dude. Go crazy.
Look, but I don't have anything. You go.
Okay. on my silly goose shit. Yeah, cause I'm silly goosing. I got that long hair and them thick thighs. Oh yo, that's the beat, take it back. Oh yeah. No.
Look, I had to get a barber because he said he didn't want to harbor refugees. I said, well, that is me and everybody that rides away from the police. Like, fuck ICE, felt 12, fuck the IDF. But I know that I had a little spidey sense like Peter Parker. Yes, I got that Parker because I'm always really stressed. But I got that sweat under the vest. It's not Kevlar. Oh, yes, I knew that I had to say ha ha hard. Ha ha hard, that's the hardy hard. Like Hisham when he's really trying really, really hard to get the people to laugh. But I be like, I don't speak Arabic, but it's still funny. Hi, I bought the record to support. Oh yes, and I know I have retorts like retort. Better talk about report cards. Oh yes, I really go hard. Not the opposite of soft. It's dudo, like she said. Oh yes, really had to have three heads. And my car had three speds. Three speds. That's the opposite of speed. During Ramadan, I really miss weed.
Okay,
Look,
okay.
And I know I got to see.
Wrap it up. The show is done. We gotta wrap it up. Thank you for everybody who's watching.
Thank you guys. Episode 19 of the Chris Gabo Show. Peace
Instagram,
out. Merc 80 on the ones and twos.
YouTube. Don't get weird. Come on the next one.
Live from Thursday Night Live.
It is Thursday night. Thursday night semi-live.